Good morning, good people. Nicole Cooper here, and it is Monday, November 4th, and I figured why not shoot a video? I got away from my motivational Mondays, and there's a long story behind that, which I won't get into. I'll pretty much share that a little later on, but I wanted to shoot this video because I hosted a call for my team last night. I did another call this morning. I've been having conversations with people on the side, have a conversation with my husband, and I felt the need to shoot this video, just kind of highlighting something that I covered on our team call last night. I talked about the fact that I sent out this email last week, and I pretty much encouraged people that if you're not interested in investing in yourself, to get off my list. And I addressed it with a money factor. And some people got offended. Some people thought it was rude. Some people thought it's the worst thing you can do in our industry, whatever. And I wanted to talk to you guys about what I recently discovered about life, success, and growth. What I've discovered is that a lot of times in life, if you lived where you gave yourself every excuse in the world why you couldn't do something, and you allowed yourself to believe in those excuses and allow them to continuously be the reason why you weren't able to do something, maybe because my dog died, my daddy didn't call me when I was small, my mama forgot to pick me up after school one day, whatever it is, right? We all got a story. And if you allow those excuses to be the reason why you never make progress in life, what happens is that becomes a form of self-sabotage. That is you finding excuses to be the interference between you and your destiny. And what happens is the more you accept from yourself, the more you'll accept from other people. Now, in my background, you'll probably never believe this. I was the most amazing excuse giver in the world. And it was so bad that I actually got a award in high school. I can probably still find it. I have a lot of stuff from high school still, where I got the most excuses award. And I remember I was in a newspaper. I was on a newspaper staff, and our teacher, he gave out awards towards the end of the year, and he was like, Nicole Smith, that was my maiden name, most excuses, right? And everybody laughed because they were like, yeah, that's you, ha ha ha. And I thought it was funny, because no matter how much I lied and told excuses, they can read right through it and knew that I was just full of it, right? Well, it was funny in 10th grade or 11th grade, right? But as I became an adult and I found that being a chronic, habitual challenge that I had, I realized, oh my God, this is pretty bad. Like, I need to change it. Over the years, because I was so full of excuses and so full of it, that stuff that don't smell good, right? I found that I gave people a reason to give me excuses. And when we got into business, I allowed other people's excuses and stories and things like that to be their scapegoat from doing what is necessary to succeed. And I recently discovered that, especially after meeting all these different people in Empower at events and hearing their stories and seeing what people go through despite what they're facing in life, because they're so committed to that change in their life, I realized, you know what? I'm over the excuses. Because I accepted my past excuses, I became an enabler for others around me. And I started being very empathetic about their situations and always listening to their stories and patting them on the back and, oh, you poor thing, that is very hard. You're so right. When in actuality, you know what? It's not about where you are and what you've dealt with. It's about what do you want to do with it and where do you want to go? And one of the things that I was reminded about was a story about a man who was lame or had leprosy or something in the Bible. Probably screwing the story all up. Forgive me. And he would go and tell people and beg people for help and to help him, I think, get in this water or something like that. I got to go read this scripture. That would probably help. But what I do remember that stood out, where God reminded me of this, is when Jesus came and the guy tried to go to Jesus with these excuses like, can you pick me up? I'm sick. I need this. I need that. Can you help me? And Jesus just looked at him and was like, do you want to be made whole? And the guy was like, yes, I do. Like, he really did. He claimed he did. And Jesus was like, then pick up your bed and walk. Pick up your bed and walk. Do what you got to do to be made whole. What does that mean? And what does that have to do with anything? Guys, listen, if you're in business, and just in life in general, and you're taking yourself seriously and you're committed and you're doing all these things despite what you face, you cannot create the tolerance for other people to come at you with all the nonsense and all the reasons why, because what happens is they'll come to you and give you the BS excuses, and then they'll go to somebody else who won't receive the excuses and they'll spend money with them. They'll find ways to make stuff happen. They'll devote to doing what that person tells them to do because that person is not getting emotionally entangled in what's going on in their life. They're not sitting here listening to sob stories. They're telling them you have a choice. You have a choice. And your choice is to decide what you want and abandon what you don't want, or accept what you don't want as your fate in life. And so with that said, guys, I realized going into the new year, I'm over the excuses. Listen, we all got a story. I had a heck of a story, and nobody knew my story until I got out of it. I'm not interested in entertaining people's challenges. I'm interested in those who desire to find a solution to overcome those hurdles. And with that said, that's the new direction that I'm taking my business. And I'm encouraging you as an entrepreneur and as a business owner and someone who wants to succeed in life to stop giving yourself permission to accept the excuses, because the more BS you tell yourself, the more you allow others and accept others to fulfill you with in their lives and in their journeys. You begin to receive everybody else's story. So anyway, I'm going to wrap that up. Just thought I'd share that with you guys, that, no more excuses. It's time to be a hard love. What is it? Tough love. I was going to say a hard double, you know what, but I'm trying to be very clean here because I don't curse. But sometimes you got to say the emphasis words so people can get it, So anyway, in my workout clothes, as usual, headed to the gym a little bit. That's today's lesson. Get rid of the excuses yourself, and you'll force other people to abandon them and make them take you seriously and your time seriously. So anyway, guys, have a great Monday. Deuces. Visit my website, makemoneywithnicole.com, but don't come at me with the drama. Only if you're ready to invest in yourself and make change happen. Makemoneywithnicole.com. Bye, y'all.